Alright. So I'm just gonna make this video because I really need to talk about this, little subject matter. So this is gonna be a video about Madonna. And I'm gonna be talking about why Madonna is the most overrated fucking pop artist that there is. Everybody's like, oh, Madonna's like the greatest. Everybody's like, oh, Madonna's the greatest pop singer of this generation. She's the GOAT. She's this, she's that. Listen, no, she is not. She's not the fucking greatest. So these people need to stop overhyping her. I mean, yeah, she had a few good songs back in the day when she was good. The only songs I even liked of that woman was Material Girl and Like a Virgin. That's it. That's all I ever liked from Madonna. And people are hyping her up as if she's some goddess or queen or, and these people are actually saying that she's better than Taylor. In no universe ever is she better than Taylor. Taylor actually has talent and can belt out high notes. I never seen Madonna belt out high notes, and I never seen Madonna write lyrics like Taylor has on Folklore and the Tortured Poets department and all the more, deeper, more explicit albums that she has. Madonna is like almost 70 years old nowadays. Nobody listens to Madonna. Like, as far as her new stuff, nobody listens to it. When people listen to Madonna, it's her old stuff. And even her old stuff isn't that good. She's just as overrated as Bruce Springsteen. I never got into all those artists. Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, Madonna. I never got into all that. I'm into like metal, heavy stuff. Slayer, Pantera, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Black Sabbath. And in the background here, I've got some Iron Maiden posters. I got Rush posters and other cool things. But yeah, Madonna is overrated. Most overrated singer I've ever seen. She's nothing special. At least now she's not. Even, like I said, even back in the day, she wasn't all that. Like, and these people say Madonna changed the damn, the game for a lot of today's pop artists. No, I don't believe that. You know who really changed the pop music, spectrum, if you will, the way pop music sounds? Michael Jackson and Prince are the reason why all these modern day pop artists exist. You would not have Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, Bruno Mars, or any of these people, even Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. None of them would exist without Michael Jackson or Prince. And a lot of these pop artists that actually play the guitar and do cool solos wouldn't exist without Prince, because Prince inspired a lot of that stuff. Prince is a legend. Michael Jackson's a legend. Madonna is just overrated, and even her old stuff is average at best. And I know I'm going to get people saying, oh, you disrespect Madonna. No, it's not disrespect. It's facts. Facts are facts. And if people want to get mad at the facts that I'm speaking, then more power to them. But Madonna is one of the most overrated pop artists ever. And there's like, and apparently I seen some announcement that Madonna's coming to Pittsburgh. Not Madonna. It's not even Madonna. It's like a Madonna tribute band coming to Wheeling, West Virginia. And I will never, ever, ever pay whatever it costs to go see a Madonna tribute band. She don't even have enough songs to have tribute artists. Like, now a Metallica tribute band, an Iron Maiden tribute band, a Rush tribute band, a Judas Priest, Slayer tribute band. They have way more songs than Madonna. Madonna was popular back in the day, but after a while, she became an afterthought. People moved on from her. And especially when you got into the 90s, you had Britney Spears coming out. You had all the rap music. You had Britney Spears and rap music and 90s R&B. You had the whole grunge movement with Pearl Jam and Nirvana and Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, who are practically the big four of grunge. Even grunge music is better than Madonna. And even Michael Jackson had more stuff in the 90s that people were listening to a lot more than Madonna. And then, especially like metal blew up in the 90s. I mean, metal was like the biggest thing in the 80s, but it continued in the 90s with, the Black Album and Pantera and, all that 90s stuff. And then you had like alternative rock bands. Like you had Silverchair and all that. You had Live. You had what else was there in the 90s? Like Machine Head by the band called Bush. That was a big hit. Three Doors Down was a big thing in the 90s. Even Mariah Carey was big in the 90s. The 90s was like the era for Mariah Carey. The 90s is like the era for Mariah Carey. Or it was, she was one of the greatest. And still is. Maybe she's not as good as she is, but trust me, Mariah Carey, she was one of the greatest back in her day. But me particularly, I was never into that singing style. Like high pitched, whistling notes and all that. It just doesn't sound cool to me. It just doesn't sound good. It just sounds like they're screaming. I mean, but people might point fingers at me and say, oh, but you listen to these metal bands that scream. But yeah, you can, but the difference is you can understand what they're saying. And, metal is actually hard, rugged, aggressive, in your face type of music. And it's one of the best, if not the best genre ever invented. Yeah, so like Madonna, people just need to stop overrating, artists that suck. I mean, if you want to say Madonna sucks, that's your opinion. And to me, she does suck. Even her old stuff's not good. Her new stuff is just god awful. She didn't invent anything. She didn't change the game for pop music. She was popular for a little bit. The only reason why she was as popular as she was is because pop music was a big thing in the 80s. You know, with all the synthesizers, keyboards, and bass, and all that dancing. Yeah, that's what that's what makes pop music. And who has all those elements in their pop music that is still being talked about today, like 16, 17 years after his death? Michael Jackson. When you think of people that influenced pop music for the better, the first name that comes up is Michael Jackson. The second name is Prince. And it's mainly those two. I mean, some would even say George Michael, but George Michael was a one-hit wonder. The only song people even remember from that dude is that Careless Whisper song. And that's it. That's all people remember. I'm just sick of it, man. Like, people overrating these one-hit wonder artists as if they're amazing. Madonna had a couple songs back in the day, but she was nothing special, and she's overrated. And the way she looks nowadays is just horrifying, if I'm being honest. She basically got plastic surgery, and she looks like a witch or a wizard. You know, she looks like a wizard or a witch or something. Something out of the Wizard of Oz. So, Madonna, most overrated artist ever. I don't care what any Madonna fan says. I don't care what any pop music fans have to say. I just could never get into her. I don't understand the hype with her. I don't understand why people think that she's this amazing icon. She's not. She's not an icon. Having two songs in your heyday and, you know, you being good for a couple years and then eventually fading away, that doesn't make you an icon. Real icons are like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, Ozzy, Slayer, Anthrax, Pantera. Those are icons. Even though some of them, like Black Sabbath and Anthrax, well, or not Black Sabbath and Anthrax, Black Sabbath and Pantera may have disbanded. You know, Black Sabbath disbanded because of Ozzy's death, and then Pantera is not the same because of the passings of Dimebag Darrell and Vinnie Paul. But you know, all those artists I just listed are way better, and they blow Madonna out of the water every single day. Madonna is nothing special. She's overrated. She's overhyped. And even some rap, even Eminem is better than her. Even Eminem and Tupac and all that rap stuff is better than her because at least Tupac had a bunch of great songs back in the day. At least he had great songs back in the day. The people that fans of hip hop still remember. So yeah, there's like so many reasons why Madonna is just way, way, way better. Or not way better. I meant like what I meant like there's so many artists and so many reasons why a lot of artists I listed in this video are better than Madonna. Being a legend means you start your career and then you you'll eventually be around for a long time, and people will still talk about you and remember you and remember your contributions to music and your legacy and your like tributes to the like impact that you had on other people. That's a legend. Not somebody who has a couple songs and then fades away and then people don't even remember you. So yeah, that's basically all I gotta say about this video. I think I pretty much covered all the points. That I've wanted to cover in this video. So yeah, people overrating Madonna, it's ridiculous. It's stupid. I just don't understand it. Ridiculous and stupid, and maybe that kind of hype and enthusiasm could be for an artist that actually deserves the hype. Like if there's like new metal bands coming out in 2026, or new rock artists, or new country artists, or whatever, give that hype to those people, not 65, 70-year-old Madonna. And her voice probably isn't even good. And her voice is another thing that I can't stand. That's one more thing I wanted to mention. Her voice. It just sounds like nasal passage. It sounds like nasally, and it sounds so fake and phony and, unreal. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm out.